Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hillcrest Energy Technologies channel with energy solutions powering the future. To give us kind of a high-level overview of some investor Q&As to get some real clarity into the company, we have Don Currie, the CEO, joining as always. Welcome back.
Thank you very much for having us once again. We always enjoy this.
And always a pleasure because you guys are on the forefront of something I think is personally incredible. And I want to dive into this with the first question. What exactly can you tell us about the breakthrough technology that the company has currently developed?
Okay, well, thanks very much. As you and your listeners know, we're a Canadian-based clean technology company, and it's high-value, high-performance power conversion solutions that we went to go after. Central to our approach is we've developed a platform, and it's zero-voltage switching technology, and it's designed to unlock unprecedented efficiencies in electrical systems in many, many different sectors. The efficiency levels are beyond belief at about 99.7% efficiency and across the board, and that creates massive cost savings as well as increased revenue generation for the people that are going to be using it.
Yeah, and I appreciate the insight. In which industries you want to kind of give us an idea of the breakthrough technology that's going to create the most value in kind of what industries, what sectors?
Sure, it goes right across the board, but we started with EV because some of the people in the company are very well situated there and could open up some doors with us. So we spent the last couple of years focusing on the EV sector, which is very hot right now. The transition from the internal combustion engine to EV is moving ahead very, very quickly. But it also goes over into the grid or into solar, wind, energy storage. It's a platform technology that's adaptable for anything that's using an electrical system and requires efficiency.
Yeah, why then, if this is so unique, so revolutionary and patented, isn't Hillcrest Energy Technologies kind of getting orders left, right, and center?
Well, that's coming. In less than 3 years, we've gone from an idea to a proof of concept to a commercial prototype. And now we're in commercial discussions. We've been going through demonstrations. We just announced this morning that our demonstration blocks are full coming in through the end of the year. And so commercial talks take a little bit of time. If you talk about EV, for instance, there's a cycle that they go in. It can be 3 to 5 years. Our conversations are moving along very, very well for them. We can move quicker than they can. Their internal processes or the culture takes time, and they also have to figure out how it integrates into the whole part. On the grid or stationary side, it moves a little bit quicker. They're not prone to looking for market, how many sales they've done. They're looking for technology that moves quicker. We've announced that we have the proof of concept on the grid side now, and those conversations are moving along very, very quickly. So we would expect that the next little time involved here is for us to be starting to talk about commercial deals that we have or arrangements that we have in place.
Now, just kind of abbreviating to the client side again, how is it possible that a tiny $20 million company was able to pull off with only a few full-time software and hardware specialists and experts to manufacture the only commercial CVS inverter to ever exist? Why is it that Tesla or General Motors or NIO or BYD, any of these kind of, OEMs, why couldn't they just do this themselves?
Well, we can't say why they couldn't. We can say what we've done is we've got decades, we've got 100 years experience in EV collectively combined with the small team that we have. And it's been a unique combination of hardware and software that's put this together. So Ari Berger, our CTO, he's got software motor control experience. Harold Hengstenberger and Systematic are development partners out of Germany. They have 20 years experience in inverter technology, hard switching inverter technology for the automotive sector. Combined, they've been able to crack the code. It wasn't as simple as doing software as doing hardware. It was a unique combination. At the end of the day, no matter how big a team is or no matter how big a company is, one person or two people is one that breaks that code. We cracked the code. We were able to do it first. Why they couldn't, we don't know, but it has created the interest that we want to see and discussions that we're involved in.
Yeah, very insightful. And if the viewer's still listening through these questions, I think the most pivotal aspect is how does this kind of scale into full commercialization, revenue, and ultimately net income?
Well, we're there now. That's what we're talking about now. Our objective now is to bring these commercial contracts to the forefront and turn them into this many units over this many years, annuities, so to speak, revenue, so to speak. We're in those conversations now, actively involved in very advanced stages in the EV sector, and started quite positively having numerous companies contacting us on the grid side. So the next stage is for us to turn this from an idea into commercial contracts, which turns into commercial revenue. And as I said before, we've done this in a very, very short period of time. It may seem long to a couple of the shareholders, But when you look at the time from start to finish, where we are, or start to where we are today and to where we expect to finish, this has moved along very quickly.
Now roll back then a little bit for us. What has it taken so far to get Hillcrest Technologies to where it is at this point? And maybe just talk about maybe the R&D side, capital spending, and give us a little bit of background.
Yeah, we've put about 20, just about $20 million Canadian into the project from this point in time, to building the team, to the idea, as I said, the proof of concept, into the commercial prototype, demonstrating it to the various companies. Over 3 years, we've spent about $20 million. Getting it to full commercial value or into the 2026, 2027, there's probably another $30 million that will be invested. But a lot of that is working with the contracts that we're expecting to have, with the companies we're expecting to have. So it's about a $20 million investment at this point in time, a little bit less than what our market cap is showing today. And I think a very, very low spend compared to what we have available for the market.
Now, you want to give a little idea, shareholders that you've attracted, kind of who are the largest shareholders that you brought in?
At this point in time, the insiders sit at about 11, 12% of the company. We have family offices that represent 12 to 16%. Part of that is a large German organization. I don't know if they'd call themselves a family office or not. The bulk of it is retail based. We're moving that into more family office and institution based. There are some people closely affiliated with the company that I think hold about 16% as well. So essentially a retail base with some large family office influence. We are looking to try and move that towards institutional investment and interest, and that's part of the focus coming in through this year.
Yeah, and I guess looking for institutional, the question comes into play. What is kind of the greatest risk and danger for the company currently that you see?
They want to see contracts. They want to see who's the first mover, who's going to take this technology and put it into a revenue producing or into a commercial opportunity for us. And that's close, as I say. We believe it's close. Only a signature will dictate that it is. But the institutional interest is developing, and it's there. We have 3 or 4 companies in Canada alone that are looking at us quite closely. We've had substantial U.S. interest, and quite frankly, the UK and Europe is starting to come around too. So I think the first commercial contract takes us from this level to well beyond. That's what our thought is.
So if you kind of just start abbreviating moving forward here, I mean, what could be some of the more rosier potential futures for this company that you were kind of working toward?
An EV contract, something with an EV company, an automotive manufacturer. That would be one. They take a little longer than we thought it would take, but from what I'm being told, this is about the time that it takes in that sector. The utility or the grid, as I was mentioning to you before, the stationary applications, they move a lot quicker. So I think what's going to happen here is that we would expect to see that value come to fruition here on a contract basis in the very near future. And that's really the next step. That's the transformational step for the company that we see.
Yeah, finally, if you had to kind of compare the invention of the CVS inverter to a previous breakthrough technology that has also changed an industry, but obviously took some time, the promise to materialize into actual sales. You want to just kind of give us a quick note there?
It's hard to compare it with something. Look, the power conversion is integral in all the systems we talked about. Efficiency being the key. It's a real key component, and this is something that we've been able to do. I guess semiconductors were something that way back in the 1990s they started working on those. It was transformative into various sectors where we kind of align ourselves in around there. The inverter that we have, the power conversion technology that we have, will be transformational once it's applied. It has, as I say, it has both the advantage of being able lower capital costs in the overall structure or infrastructure needed, and it shows increased savings or revenues over a period of time for the user as well. So semiconductors would be one that I'd compare it to.
Well, on that note, as always, we'll pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think, and we could perhaps do an investor Q&A down the road. So leave your comment down below and consider subscribing, because when news and catalysts hit the wire, of course, we'll bring it to you here as well. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.